Good. I think we're live. Good. Hiya, everybody. Happy Thursday already. Can you believe that? Where has the week gone? I've had technical problems on a previous live. So if I get cut off, it's just, I don't know what's happening. I don't know if it's the weather or the Wi-Fi or what, but I will jump back on again. So fingers crossed this all goes to plan. So every day this week, apart from Monday, I have been trying to inspire people, motivate them, give them a bit of information about what I do. But more important than that, I've been interviewing people that are changing their lives, making things better for themselves, body and mind, lifestyle, wellness, and everything else in their lives through the Feel Like Bee formula, which is my 4-week online programme, which is fast becoming a go-to programme for women from all over the world to change their lives. It's not a fitness programme, it is a lifestyle transformational programme when everything in your life can change and does change for thousands of people. So every night this week I'm interviewing somebody different. Tonight I'm interviewing an amazing girl called Suzie. Suzie is 37 from Dundee. And Suzie's got her own unique story to tell, and I think it'll be really inspirational for people. So I'll bring Suzie on in a minute. But first, before we do that, I really, really want to give somebody a free place on my Feel Like Bee formula tonight. So if we get over 300 people, and I'll watch it closely as this goes on, we've got 115 people on now. If we go over 300, then I'm quite happy to run a wee competition on this tonight, and maybe Suzie could pick the winner, no pressure, and I will gift somebody a free place. Now, it changes lives, it really, really does. I've just been talking to my Feel Like Bee current clients about abundance and about visualisation, manifestation, positive spins on absolutely everything, finding the positive no matter how much of the struggle you're in. Now, it's really hard, as you'll know, to visualise and think positively when you're caught in a struggle or you're in a position of discontentment and unhappiness. But that is where the real power lies. When you can do that and you can bring everything in terms of mindset and put a positive spin on any situation, and you can spiral out of that hole, that's when amazing things start to happen. And I've seen it thousands of times, and so many times on this particular programme, where people come to me in a really bad situation, mind and body, and they transform their lives beyond belief. And the messages that I get and the reviews that go up, you sometimes read them. And if you want to, you can jump onto the page's reviews, read loads of different, hundreds and hundreds of different reviews from people that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, some of them in their 70s, who have changed their lives beyond belief, unrecognisable. And actually, it's really humbling. When I sometimes go back and read them, I think, God, I've played a part in that, that's amazing. And that's what it does for you. So if you're stuck and you're in a rut, then I would suggest you go and read those reviews. The website is just here. There's some testimonials on there from clients. You'll see the before and after pictures, and you'll get a real feel for what the programme is. But there is nothing better than speaking to someone straight from the horse's mouth to hear what they actually think, what their experience is, and what they've done with the programme. So we're going to do that now. I'm going to bring Suzie on. Cool, Darcy. Darcy's just said there. In fact, let me know where you're from, will you? That would be great. And stick a wee love heart up as well. Phew, throw a wee love heart on the screen. Darcy said, spoke to 2 people on the programme who have totally inspired me to try when I have the funds available, Shelley. That's amazing. Well, you know where I am. Laura. Here's Laura. Life-changing programme, emotionally and physically. Shelley Booth is second to none. That's amazing, Laura. Thank you so much. You'll see so many of my clients, but you'll see so many people that aren't working with me at the moment, just nipping on to here, getting a bit of inspiration. Today, I showed you a video. I'd like you to go and watch it actually after this. It's a motivational video. It's been watched millions and millions and millions of times the world over. But it makes you think. It really makes you think about your own situation, what you're actually wanting out of life, who you actually are, who you should be, and what you need to do to bridge the gap and actually get to that person again. A lot of the time you forget who you are because you're so busy. You're the mum, the wife, the partner, the this, the that, the next thing. You forget who you are and you neglect yourself in all the ways. So anyway, oh, Darcy's in the ferry, brilliant, good. Oh, brilliant, brilliant. Claire Wilson, where's Claire Wilson? Ellen. Oh, cool. So there's people dotted all over the place. Lisa, hiya. Oh. Right, I'm going to go and phone Suzie. We're at 195, right? I'm sure if all of you shared this or started a watch party, I'm sure we can get this up to 300. No problem at all. Easy. And I like to give free things away, so you never know, I might give a couple away. Suzie is such an inspiration. Love reading her posts on the page. Can't wait to hear from her. Right, anyway, we're about to hear from her, so I'm going to phone her and hope that Skype holds out here, okay? Okay, here we go.
Fine. Right. Hi.
Hi, Suzie. Hiya. Right, I'm going to just try and sort out my settings here and bring you onto the screen, okay? Just bear with me. Right, so there's Suzie there. Hold on, everybody. Include switcher. Where are you? Right, I'm going to try and bring her onto the screen. Oh, Suzie, help me. So this is dead, well, it's completely real. What you see is what you get, and if I mess up with the Skype and all that stuff, well, that's just what happens. I'm sorry. Try not to. Right, Suzie, I think I can bring you onto the screen right now.
I'm not on Facebook, I'm just watching you.
Okay, right. Why is it? Right, there you are. Where's me? Now this computer is running slow. Oh, I'm going to greet. Right, hold on. That's you. Where am I? Oh, I'm in a wee. Oh, that could work maybe. Oh. Right, Suzie, hold on a second. I might just be in a little bubble. I want you bigger. You're the important one. Come on, right, picture. Ah, there you are. Got you. Thank God for that. Fantastic. Right, we'll check the sound, Suzie, okay? So bear with us a second. Everybody could help me check the sound. That would be good. God, all the buttons on here. Is the sound okay, everybody? They're saying you look stunning, and you do. You look amazing.
Thanks, girls.
All your Feel It Be girls are rooting for you. Perfect. Antonia says it's perfect. Now, if she says it's perfect, it's perfect. So
Antonia got me set up, bless her.
Oh, did she? Good on her. Right, I'm going to get rid of that screen. And that should be us. All good. Right, okay, here we go. Right, welcome, Suzie. Thank you for coming on tonight. I'm really excited about this, Suzie, I think, because I see so many people like you who tell me, I've got a healthy diet, Shelley. Oh, do you, Angie? Yeah, my diet's really healthy. Okay, so the belly that you're carrying that you're unhappy with, Angie, is that going, or is it gone, or is it no? My belly's just always going to be there. It's just always going to stay there. But my diet's really healthy. And then you look at their diet and you look at what they're doing, and actually, when you start to speak to people, they think, oh shit, my diet's not actually really healthy. But people get caught up in this. My Fitness Pal. I'm just going to put my macros into here, and as long as I'm in a calorie deficit, I talk about this a lot. Then that's okay. And I wonder why they get demotivated and stuff. So anyway, I'm jumping the gun a wee bit. Suzie, please tell me, I've already said this, but just to check the sound, Where you're from, how old you are, and when you got involved in this programme.
Okay, so I'm 37. I'm from Forfar originally, but just outside Arbroath. And I joined in December on a free place. My friend Laura, who's watching it just now, actually gifted me a free place in December. Now, Laura had tried to get me to join Feel Like B before that, and I'd resisted. Sorry, Shelley, I always feel so guilty when I say this.
That's okay.
Because I genuinely thought, how can I possibly eat the way that you were suggesting and lose weight? And I thought that it was maybe quite a lot of money, quite a lot of outlay. And as you said earlier, I actually thought that I had quite a healthy diet and that, I went to the gym. So it was just, I didn't really, I can't believe I'm saying this, I didn't really need you.
Yeah.
And I was so sceptical. When I got that first meal plan, I just thought, right, well, I got a free place, so I'll give it a chance and I'll see how it goes. But I can't believe for 1 minute this is going to work for me. And I was so, so wrong.
Wow.
It's the best thing that I ever did.
Is it, Suzie? Absolutely. I'm just going to put your picture up now. If you were to see Suzie's before, not that I'm going to show Suzie's before, but this is Suzie's abs now, girls. Look, Suzie has 2 young children. Suzie, how old are your children?
3 and 5.
3 and 5. Look, I need to enlarge this. Look at Suzie's physique. It really is incredible, Suzie, because I have seen this change purely through this online programme. Now, we trained at the same gym.
Yeah.
We used to see each other at the gym, so I knew you were committed to going to the gym.
Yeah.
But then, well, I'm jumping the gun again. I'm terrible for that. I'm sorry. I'm going to rewind. That's your physique now. Tell me what your physique was like when you first started. What was your weight? How did you feel about your body?
Yeah. So when I started, I was 10 stone 13. I'd actually lost a few pounds. I did your 5-day blitz the month before, just to kind of get a feel for the programme, and I'd lost a few pounds. So I was 10, 13 when I started. I was a good size 12. I wasn't huge, but I wasn't happy with myself at all. And really struggled in terms of my post-baby body, if you like. I really didn't think that I would ever be back in my size 10 jeans again. So I definitely had a stomach, had flabs, not abs. And it wasn't through lack of trying, because I was working so hard in the gym. I've always been so committed, to the gym side of it, trained with a personal trainer once a week. And he was great, but what I've realised through Feel Like B is that half hour of exercise a week is not enough. It's 100% the mindset stuff that has paved the way for me to be able to, to now look and feel the way I do.
That's amazing. That's good feedback.
I don't know if I'm answering your question. Sorry.
No, you are. Yeah, and everything you say is really valid. So, in terms of your starting weight, Suzie, what did you weigh? Because a lot of women are hung up on weight, which is why I talk about it.
Sorry, right. Okay, so I was 10 stone 13 when I started, and I'm 10 stone 2 now.
10 stone 2.
And a size of difference. So I can now, I can order a size 10 online, and I know that size 10 will fit. So I kidded myself on when I was 10 stone 13 that I was still size 10, but a lot of the stuff had to be sent back. And now I can actually know that it will fit. So yeah.
Brilliant. Oh, that's so good. What about Suzie? What was your diet? What were you eating before you came onto this programme? You could tell me.
I know. So I lived by my fitness pal. Everything was scanned into my fitness pal. I lived in a calorie deficit. I tried to stick to about 1,200 to 1,500 calories a day. And every time I stood on the scales at the gym, you know how they do the muscle and fat percentage, etc., my muscle mass was going down. So I'd had a break from going to the gym after having Lottie. But in the year that I was back to the gym, I was actually losing muscle, and I couldn't work out why. Now I know exactly why. I was eating low fat, The thought of eating anything, like even eating a sausage or a fry up, would have sent me into a complete spiral. I had quite an unhealthy relationship with food, actually. Now looking back on it, I would have eaten chocolate every day. I would have easily eaten a chocolate bar every day, but it fitted in with my calories. And I was a big Diet Coke drinker.
Oh, it's all coming out, eh?
Yeah, I know. I think I'm telling you things I've now told you before.
So I think that's really, really common, Suzie, which is why I was so excited to talk to you tonight. There are so many people chasing down a calorie deficit, and what it really results in is people running their metabolism flat, a sluggish metabolism, maybe even in turn thyroid issues, but atrophy. So where you lose muscle, your body, it's called atrophy. It's muscle loss, and in turn you get people call it cellulite. You get saggy skin and dimply skin around the muscle loss, and so you're running yourself into a calorie deficit. You're fitting in with your macros. You're losing weight on the scales, but you're losing muscle weight, and there'll come a point when you'll completely plateau. This is advice for everybody out there that's doing this. Fine if you've got a level of success, but I see so many people demotivated and thinking, what is it I'm doing? And people are getting skinny, and what's happening is they're getting skinny fat. So they're eating garbage, what I call it, breads, pasta, cereals, waffles, cakes, biscuits, sweeties, chocolate, Diet Cokes, low-fat alternatives, and they're getting fatty arteries, but skinny to the eye. Internally, they're fat, but skinny to look at, and that is a huge issue, and it does lead to blood sugar issues and also fatty liver. So it's something that we talk lots about on Feel It Be. You see people with big bellies and really skinny limbs, but to the eye, the belly's covered up, so they look really, really slim. So there's loads of people that I know, that I see in the gym, I see everywhere, that I would love to say to them, could we try and just change this up for you? And it's a hard conversation to have with people, obviously, because I think that and a lot of people are training with trainers and stuff. But this calorie deficit thing, girls, if you're watching, there is a different way. Suzie, can you tell us what the meal plans are like now? What meals you would have as part of the Feel It Be programme?
The food's amazing, and the whole family absolutely love the food. My husband thinks that Shelley is absolutely fabulous because I'm cooking. I never ever would have cooked before, and he actually called me. He'll tell me off for saying this, but can't cook, won't cook. Whereas now we would be having a grill up for breakfast, protein pancakes, like fruit smoothies, amazing, like chicken curries for lunch, steaks. Wow. It's all just such good food, and that's why it's easy to stick to. So you've got the education behind why you're eating what you're eating, but the food's amazing, so you're not hungry. Instead of like feeling pretty miserable all the time because you're constantly like starving yourself and forcing yourself into that calorie deficit, it's totally the opposite. And I remember messaging you in the first kind of week or so and saying, like, I'm really hungry. And you were like, well, eat another steak, eat another chicken breast. If you are moving lots, then do it. And I did. I mean, I took the advice, and I did do it. But I did think to myself, like, what on earth? But I'm so glad. I'm so glad that I did take that advice, because it's just changed my whole outlook on food. It's changed my mindset. It's changed who I am as a wife, as a mum, as a friend. As I even think it's made me a better teacher. I think professionally it's improved.
Oh, that's amazing, Suzie.
As well. So yeah, it's much more than just the food. The food is incredible, to answer your question, but it's not just a meal plan. It's the whole package. It's everything.
Suzie, can I just say, actually, see on the confidence thing, I have seen you do feel like a different person. The group, you're so amazing with everybody. When you first started, obviously you said yourself, admittedly, you were cynical about the whole thing, so it took you a while to get into it. But once you started seeing the results, you have absolutely flourished in front of my eyes, honestly. And that might sound dead cheesy, I don't mean it to be, but you exude positivity. You're so upbeat, you're so supportive with everybody, you're just a perfect client. You really are. But I've seen such a change in you, and it's so good and warming to feel as your trainer that although it's a virtual program, I see huge steps forward for you. And obviously, you're a teacher. You've got a great career. I just see you just developing constantly on every single level because of this confidence and this positivity you've got. It's amazing.
Just feel like me again. I just feel like me again, and that's much more than I could ever have hoped for. Starting on that free place, I thought I would just lose a bit of weight, and I did lose a bit of weight, and I did gain a lot of energy, and I did gain a lot of sort of motivation and positivity. It's not just that one thing.
Yeah, I'm just looking at your picture here. Everybody, you can't see Susie's starting pictures, and we're keeping them private for just Susie's reasons, and that's great. That's obviously, we respect that. But our shoulders, obviously you can see her abs. When Suzie started, Suzie was carrying a belly. Suzie, you won't mind me saying that, do you?
No, not at all. It's true.
There was a bit of postural inward rotation of the shoulders here. You don't have that now. You are completely aligned, and you look aesthetically magnificent. You really do, for two young children. When Susie's working out, a lot of the time she's in her garage and she's got her kids, and they are actually seeing that. And that is one thing that this program absolutely is. It's so family friendly. But for children to see their mum empowered, taking control and training in their garage when the kids are dotting about, they're seeing that and they're watching that. And your kids become what you make them, essentially. So you are, what you're doing there, Suzie, I think it gives me goosies actually. I think it's amazing. I would love that for everybody, for your kids to see you in a position where you're investing in your own health. You talked about your husband there, Suzie. Is your husband on board? I know he is, but just for the sake of everybody else, was your husband on board at the start? Did he change? No. Okay. Could you tell us about that?
So I love spending money. That's no secret. So Andy, I think, thought, here we go. There's another like £100, up in smoke sort of thing. To start with, he wasn't, too keen on spending the money on the organic produce, for example. And, he sort of was saying, but you've got a gym membership, you've, all these other things. You don't need Shelley, you could do this yourself. Mm-hmm. But his whole outlook on the program's completely changed because he now sees how happy and how positive I am. And he'll now say, like, why would you stop something that you absolutely love and that you're doing so well on?
Andy,
I actually emailed the gym to cancel my membership because, to put it in perspective, like, we live in our growth, but I went to the gym just on the outskirts of Dundee. So I would drive 15, 16 miles to the gym and then work out and then drive home. Whereas now I'm able to just go to the garage. The kids weren't with me, they were separate to that. Whereas they're now, on a Saturday, if I've not done my workout in the afternoon, they're going, when are we doing our workout, Mummy? When are we going out to the garage? So they're very much part of it, and it's just so much more time effective.
Amazing. Yeah. Don't need babysitters and stuff.
No, and it takes the stress and the hassle out of it all actually as well. And even when we were doing 7 o'clock workouts, they were out in their pajamas and their wellies, and just thought it was great fun.
That's brilliant. That's so good. That's great. So moving on, what's been teased out of other interviews this week, Suzie, has been the education component of the programme. Could you tell us a bit about that?
I think, just as I said before, the education allows you to understand why it is that you're asking us to eat, what it is that you've got on the meal plan, for example, and why it is that we're not to eat certain foods or to drink certain drinks at different stages of our journey. So I think because you've got that understanding, you're not relying on willpower alone. It's not like, I don't want to eat a cake because I understand what it is that's in the cake, that's, and how that's going to make my body feel and how that's going to make it react and respond. Whereas before, I just wouldn't have eaten the cake because there was 250 calories at 9 grams of fat. So you've got that proper understanding of why it is that you're following this meal plan. And I think for me, because I understand what's good about the food that we're eating and what's not so good about other stuff, or toxic in a lot of cases about a lot of the stuff that I was eating, then it makes the plan much easier to stick to. So.
Great, thank you. You mentioned organic earlier on, and that is one of the things I advocate is organic grass-fed meats, for example, pasture-raised eggs, not free range. Free range means very little actually when you compare it to organic grass-fed chickens. Wild caught fish as opposed to farmed fish. So as far as I'm concerned, this is what everybody should be doing. If you're a vegetarian or a vegan, obviously it's slightly different. But the organic side of things is really, really important. And there's so much food. Suzie, you know all of this. This is just for the sake of everybody else. So much food that people are eating that are drenched in glyphosate, which is a herbicide sprayed onto wheat, for example, that comes into your body, and it's really, really toxic. So anything that you're eating that is not organic, generally speaking, has got glyphosate on it. And you need to research this for yourself. Get really curious about the things that I say to you on this and go and do your own research. So what's happening is the female body is becoming even more estrogenic, sending the bad estrogen higher than the good, and the male body is becoming estrogenic. So, and I talk to my clients about this because I care about their partners as well as them. When guys start getting fatty tissue around the pecs, we call them moobs sometimes, hips, prostate issues, hair loss, then I think seriously when the guys start to change into eating the way the lady's eating on the programme, things start to change for him as well. And it's so important. So if there's one thing you do tonight, go and research organic food if you don't already eat it, please. It's really, really important. And if you have a predisposed, if there's a family history of cancer, please go and look into this. It's really, really important. So, Suzie, we talked about calorie deficits and we've talked about MyFitnessPal. Do you think about either of those right now?
No. I feel so free from calories, and so some people that maybe seems daft, but to a lot of girls, a lot of friends, when I first started this plan, and there is a bit of intermittent fasting as you go into it. It's always explained properly by you, so I understood why it was that I was fasting at lunchtime, but I did come up against quite a lot of opposition from my friends. Sort of initially about all of that, but it's quite interesting, and one of my friends won't mind me saying this because she was quite oppositional to this plan, and she's on this plan and she's lost over a stone since she started, and loves everything about it.
That's amazing.
No, I don't think about MyFitnessPal, and I'm so thankful that I now actually just enjoy prepping food. I love cooking, love getting the kids involved in cooking, and I love eating the food that you've got on the meal plan.
That's so good.
No, don't give it a second thought.
Amazing. One of the things I'd like to cover, just for purely informational purposes for everybody watching, is this fixes IBS, acid reflux, bursitis, tendinitis, arthritis, will reverse type 2 diabetes, blood sugar issues, and a whole host of other health issues that I can cover, no problem at all, but we don't have time. If you are in a position where you have a health issue and it's lifestyle related, I can help you. And it's like medicine, and it's like magic dust. When you believe in the programme and you trust the process, amazing things start to happen, and they really do. And I'm not just saying that, Suzie, I'm not just saying that, am I?
No. And I wouldn't, everybody who knows me knows that I would not recommend, I wouldn't recommend Feel Like Me if I didn't 100% believe in it. So yeah, absolutely. It does change lives, and I know that because it's changed my lives, and my life's my life. And I've had 10 girls come on to Feel Like Me since I started, and each and every one of them is still on Feel Like Me. So to me, that says it all, doesn't it? Because people, once they get started, they don't want to leave because of how good they feel in themselves.
And sometimes, Suzie, when people see you sharing stuff, and I've seen this so many, as you know, I've got a gym in Dundee. I've seen this over and over again. When people share my stuff because they're so caught up in this amazing thing that's happening, people that are on the periphery of that and maybe like social groups get a wee bit pissed out, oh, you sharing Shelley with stuff again. And it's because people are absolutely buzzing. They've taken their lives from here to here. And so they're passionate about it. But when people want you to stay stuck and they want you to stay in these social groups, it's really hard for them to open up their mind to go, do you know what, Suzie? Good for you. You've lost however much you've lost, but actually your mindset has completely changed. And me, as your friend, I'm dead happy for you. That's hard for a lot of people to do. It really is. So, what's your goal, Suzie, moving forward? You look amazing. You sound like you've got your shit together. You sound like you're on top of the world. What's your goals?
I think so now I would go out and run 5k in like 26 minutes easily, like quite comfortably. So I want to be.
You would beat me.
I'm faster and stronger and fitter than I was before lockdown. There's no doubt about it. But I still want to be faster, stronger, and fitter. I'd like to be able to go and run 10k and just come back and get on with the rest of my day and enjoy that. I'd like to be able to run a half marathon next year once all this crazy COVID stuff is over.
That's a great goal.
And I've actually started my application to go back to university to do like a further qualification.
Amazing.
So I think this has helped me to think about getting my professional, life back on track too after the kids, because having kids does change things.
Yeah, definitely.
And I've had a few years not out, I think, of teaching, but just out of thinking about promotion, thinking about what's next. So I now feel like I'm in a good place to start to move that side of my life forward as well. So
brilliant.
It's exciting.
That's dead exciting. Yeah. I'm so chuffed for you. I really am. Couldn't happen to a better person. Suzie, last question. The community element is really massive. And as you know, I work really, really hard to keep it really safe and really positive for everybody on there. It's crucial. And what is your opinion on the community? I've said every day this week, there's over 500 women on there and you think, oh God, how could that work? What do you feel about the community aspect of the group?
I know you do think 500 people count. How could it work? But it really does work. You can't actually explain it. You have to experience it for yourself. I think because each of these 500 people has a common goal. We all come from different backgrounds. We all start at different weights. We all start for different reasons. But we all want the same thing ultimately. And because you would only allow people onto the plan who really buy into the plan, then everybody is very much of the same kind of mindset. It's all about, it sounds cheesy, but building each other up.
Yeah, for sure.
There's always somebody there to pick you up if you're having a bad day, and we all have bad days, or we'll make bad choices. But there's always somebody there, to sort of help to put you back on track, to put you back together. Even tonight I've had messages from the girls on here. I've never met any of them. I've made lifelong friends. Last night, 10 o'clock, I'm sat in my pajamas and one of the girls on here is helping me with Skype because I've never done a Skype call before. I've never met her, but we had a good Skype chat.
Brilliant.
So it is amazing, and I think it's nice to, sometimes you don't want to speak to your friends and people who are close to you, because people, from my point of view, I was size 12 and I looked fine, but I didn't feel fine. So having that community has been invaluable, especially during lockdown.
That's amazing. Suzie, thank you. I just want to pick up on this. If there's anybody got any questions for Suzie, I'm happy to pull them over, but this is really important, this comment here. Ainsley says, you don't have to run, you don't have to do anything you're uncomfortable with. The message is to move more. I haven't ran once, walking and changing the way I eat, and she's 18 pounds down in 4 weeks. That is a really, really important message for a lot of people, Suzie, isn't it? It's not, I've got a CrossFit gym, I've done CrossFit for years, but people think, oh, I'm not even fit enough for that, and run, I can't run. But there's so many women, Suzie, that don't do the workouts right now, isn't there?
Yeah, girls that, they don't come on Zoom because they don't feel confident enough, or they come on Zoom and they put their cameras off, and that's absolutely fine. I didn't do Shelley's workouts to start with either, but I now absolutely, I love Zoom, and I just literally, it's me and Shelley. I don't watch any of the other girls, and I know that most of the girls are the same. Nobody is looking at you, nobody is judging you, everybody is just supporting you, and it is very much about where you're at. There's girls from Shelley's gym on there that are way ahead of me in terms of their physical fitness. Oh, there's Murphy. You know, and there's other girls that are just up to walking 5k, but yeah, we're all there to support each other regardless.
Yeah, definitely.
Murphy, what's in?
Oh, see him. Oh, he's cute. What kind is he?
No, working Cocker Spaniel.
Oh, he's cute. That's cute. Suzie, that is all I've got. Have you got any questions for me? I don't know if you have. Because we kept it
just
pretty...
want to say thank you.
Oh,
yeah,
you're very welcome.
Thank you.
You've been an absolute pleasure to work with, and just to think that you got you were gifted a place when you were. It's amazing, eh? Really is. Suzie, you're a great person. You're very well thought of. We all think the world of you. So thank you so much for putting yourself out to do this. I'm going to cut you off, but I'm going to stay on, everybody. Okay? So thanks so much, Suzie. See you soon. Bye bye. Right, where do I cut? Could you cut me off, Suzie?
I'll cut you off.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you. See you later. Right, is she gone? She's gone. Oopsie-daisy. Right, oh my god. How lovely is she? Amazing. Right, we did get up to about 280. I'm sure we did. I don't think we got over 300. So I'm going to give you, while I waffle on a wee bit for another few minutes, I'm going to give you that time to try and get above 300. Come on, pull it out the bag. Somebody somewhere needs this space. Suzie, you've got amazing comments there. Everybody just loves you. You're just brilliant. So we'll move this over a wee bit. If there is anybody who is keen to join us, we start again on the 31st of August for another 4 weeks. It's called the Feel, Look, Be formula, and that essentially means feel, look and be amazing, and that is what happens. You've just heard it from the horse's mouth every night this week actually, and we've got Eleanor tomorrow night, which I'm really looking forward to as well. Women from all over the world, different countries, different time zones, different situations completely, different professions, it doesn't matter. Nobody is interested in who and what you are, they're just interested in supporting you. And that is the beauty of it. And what you see is what you get, girls. This is me being me. And it's when you buy this programme, this is really important, by the way, you're buying into me, my thinking, my ways, a culmination of 20 odd years in the fitness industry and health industry brought to you my way. It's not an off-the-shelf thing. I feed on people's energy. The things that come out my mouth, sometimes I have no control over. And that is the beauty. It's authentically me. So when you think, I want to do her programme, but you want to do my programme, it's not a programme, it's my programme, delivered my way. And I think that is a really important message to get across. Okay, it's vitally important that you understand that. 209, we're way down. Ah, that's a shame, girls. Never mind. Anyway, listen, if you want to come on to this, since we're up to 280, which is amazing, I am ready. If you use this discount code at the checkout, which the website is here, I am ready will get you 25 quid off. And if you go now, you'll get onto the September group now, and your meal plan and your welcome pack await you. The September group is officially open. There's a couple of hundred people on there already, and we've still got a couple of weeks left. So go for it, everybody. If you are ready, I want to help you. I want to take you from a situation where you are now and throw as much of my motivation, positivity, experience at you as possible to build you up. And that's what I do. I build people up every single day. So, any questions? Let me see. Do it, girls. You won't regret it. There's Ronzo. Love that name. The cost in your first month, there's Jen, is less than £5 a day. Before I joined, I was spending £3.50 a day on Costa, £25 a week on a takeaway, and don't forget the wine. That's a great point, Jen. And then when you're hungover, what do? You crave stodge, don't you? I bet you go to McDonald's. I bet you have a Chinese. And then I bet you even maybe have an Indian takeaway. The stodge soaks up the alcohol and you're hanging for 2 days. not forgetting the taxis into town and up the road. It's real life, isn't it? One of my biggest regrets is that I didn't join FLB sooner. Brilliant. They're just brilliant. Seriously. Emma, I seen you saying earlier on, skinny fat was you. Emma trained at my gym practically every day of the week. CrossFit style workouts, carry the belly. Didn't really get that a calorie isn't a calorie. That's really important. So when you're tracking macros and you maybe got a trainer that doesn't understand fully the metabolic impact of different foods that you're eating, and therefore doesn't understand that a calorie isn't a calorie. A calorie of fat can't be considered the same as a calorie of protein or carbs. Yes, there's double the amount of calories, but what about the metabolic implications? What is that actually doing to the female body in terms of hormones? Is anybody talking to you about that? So when you're tracking your calories, bursting your ass, working yourself into a calorie deficit most of the week, you're hangry because you're hungry, you don't have good filling foods, empty calories like pastas and breads and all that garbage. My girls eat more carbs than most people. 7 to 10 cups of green leafy vegetables. Vegetables are carbs. Fruits are carbs. That's a low carb diet. Actually, no, it's not. When you look at it like that, it's a high carb diet. But we don't need to track macros and count calories for that. Anyway, oh, look at that. I'm pulling that one over. That's a great finisher. Shelley will transform your life. Fact. Lindsay, that's just amazing. It really is. So I couldn't give away a free place because we weren't over 300. But you do have a discount code. I am ready. All one word, capital letters, into the checkout. There you go. Oh, I've been secretly hypnotised. I feel amazing. Look at that. Oh my God, says Mary. I don't think I'll ever eat shit again. Cannot believe how my mindset has changed. It's as if I've been secretly hypnotised. I feel amazing. Thank you so much. Fabulous. I want to join and emailed you and you replied quickly. Ah. Yes, you could do that. You could substitute the meat element. Of course you can. Fish would be great. Soy products are very estrogenic, and so it can cause problems with the female body in terms of your estrogen levels. So I don't promote soy, but I know it's a great substitute if you choose to go down that route in terms of what you can eat. I just don't promote it. Okay. Great to speak to you. Suzie, thank you so much, and thank you to everybody else who's been interviewed this week. We have Eleanor tomorrow night at 8:30. Tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. I'm just trying to inspire and motivate you to think in different things. I'll leave you with a message. What you do with that is up to you. Whether you work with me or whether you don't, doesn't matter. Just jump on and get some motivation. I will see you all later. Have a great night, what's left of it, and I'll catch you tomorrow, okay? Take care, everybody. See you soon. For all my Feel It Be girls, I will see you in the morning at 7 for our Zoom workout. See you soon. Bye, girls and boys. See you later.